Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cody Rhodes commented on being nominated for several WWE awards this year. The American Nightmare is the reigning undisputed WWE champion and will be defending his title against John Cena at WrestleMania 41. Rhodes took to his Instagram to react to being nominated for a plethora of WWE Slammy awards. He suggested that 2025 would be even bigger for him, and that he would be nominated for even more Slammy awards next year. John Cena won the men's Elimination Chamber match at the Premium Live event earlier this month. After the bout, Rhodes came to the ring to congratulate him, but unknowingly walked into a trap. The Rock and Travis Scott joined the two stars in the ring, and Rhodes refused to give the final boss his soul. Cena accepted the Hollywood star's offer, turned heel, and unleashed a brutal attack on the champion. Rhodes and Cena have traded words for the past 2 weeks on Raw, but have not gotten physical since Elimination Chamber 2025. Wrestling legend Vince Russo criticized Cody Rhodes following his promo with John Cena last night on RAW, speaking on this week's edition of Wrestling's Legion of Raw podcast. Russo claimed that Rhodes was trying to impress people with his vocabulary. He added that Cena came off as more natural during their confrontation last night on the Red brand. You can check out the full episode of Legion of Raw in the video below. Cody Rhodes recently reached 350 days as undisputed WWE champion. Only time will tell if he can retain the title next month at WrestleMania, or if John Cena will become a major champion for the 17th time in his illustrious career. The roar of the WWE Universe echoed in the air as Cody Rhodes stood backstage, his focus a mixture of anticipation and excitement. The day had come when the nominations for the biggest WWE accolades would be announced, and he, the son of a legend, was right in the thick of it. It was a surreal moment, not just for him, but for the entire Rhodes family. To be recognized for his work within WWE was both humbling and an undeniable reminder of how far he'd come. For a man who had spent years carving out his path outside of WWE before returning to the company, Cody's presence on the grand stage had evolved into something far more profound than a comeback story. He had become a symbol of resilience, a beacon of perseverance, and a living testament to the idea that destiny can be shaped through sheer determination. The nomination for these major accolades wasn't just about the potential trophies or accolades that sat on a shelf. It was about the journey, the passion, and the connection to the fans. Cody had stepped out from under the shadow of his legendary father, Dusty Rhodes, a man who had been one of the most beloved figures in professional wrestling. As Cody forged his own identity within WWE, it became clear that he wasn't just another son of a Hall of Famer. He was becoming his own entity, his own symbol of the American dream, just as his father had been. But the road to this point hadn't been easy. The struggle for recognition, the uncertainty in his early years with WWE, the departure, and then the incredible return at the 2022 Royal Rumble. All of it was part of the story that would lead him here. Cody took a deep breath as he stepped into a quiet room, his phone vibrating in his pocket. It was time. WWE's social media platforms had announced the nominees for the major awards that would be presented at the end of the year, and Cody's name was there among the elite. It felt unreal. For someone who had always prided himself on putting in the hard work, being nominated for Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, and Comeback of the Year felt like both an honor and a challenge. The recognition was just as important to him as the work that led him to this point. It wasn't about winning, not entirely. It was about knowing that he had contributed something of lasting value to the legacy of WWE. The build-up. Cody's year in review. Before diving into Cody's reactions to the nominations, it's crucial to reflect on what made his year one that stood out. When Cody Rhodes returned to WWE at the 2022 Royal Rumble, the arena exploded with excitement. Fans from all over the world knew this wasn't just another returning superstar. This was the prodigal son, back where it all began. The expectations were monumental, but Cody was ready for them. He had worked tirelessly outside of WWE to reinvent himself, to prove that he was more than just the son of a legend. His journey through AEW, where he helped build a revolution in professional wrestling, had armed him with a fresh perspective, and he returned to WWE with a newfound hunger. From his unforgettable feud with Seth Rollins to his emotionally charged matches at WrestleMania, Cody's presence in WWE was nothing short of electric. His performances were consistently high caliber, blending the technical mastery he had honed over the years with the fiery passion that ran in his veins. His storytelling in the ring was as captivating as his microphone skills, and fans began to see him not just as a wrestler, but as a living, breathing character with depth and layers. Then there was the monumental rivalry with Roman Reigns. It had been a match years in the making, and it felt like destiny itself had aligned for the culmination of their feud. Cody's journey to the Universal Championship was one of the most captivating narratives WWE had seen in recent memory. The intensity, the heart, and the undeniable emotion that Cody brought to every segment, every match, and every promo was part of the reason he was now standing on the precipice of recognition. It wasn't just the in-ring moments that mattered, though. Cody had become the face of WWE's most passionate fan base. The fans who connected with his journey, his struggles, and his ultimate rise to prominence. The American Nightmare was no longer just a moniker. It was a symbol of defying the odds. From the heartbreak of losing in his quest for the Universal title at WrestleMania 39 to his eventual recovery, Cody's narrative became woven into the very fabric of the wrestling world. Cody's reaction. It means everything. As Cody sat down, the foam in his hands glowing with notifications, he smiled to himself. The WWE Universe had spoken, and the nominations were out. His name was front and center in 3 major categories: Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, for his match against Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, and Comeback of the Year. A mixture of disbelief and pride washed over him as he scrolled through the comments, the messages from fans pouring in. The overwhelming support was a humbling experience, but also one that reminded him of his responsibility to continue proving himself. Cody's journey in WWE had been one filled with highs and lows, but it was this year, the year in which his perseverance truly paid off, that had been the catalyst for his recognition. He knew that these nominations weren't just handed to him, they were earned. But still, it wasn't easy to process the enormity of it all. Look, I've been in this business for a long time. And when you've been in it for as long as I have, you start to realize something. There's always this desire to go higher, to prove more. Cody reflected in an interview shortly after the nominations were announced. You do it for the fans, for the love of wrestling, and for the legacy. But when you see your name up there among the best of the best, it's not something you ever get used to. It's humbling. It's surreal. He paused, a rare vulnerability crossing his features. I've always known what my father meant to this industry, and I've tried to live up to that. But when you're nominated for things like Superstar of the Year or Match of the Year in WWE, it feels like a validation of not just what I've done in WWE, but what I've put into the entire industry. That's something that really resonates with me. His recognition was not just personal. It was familial. Dusty Rhodes had been a trailblazer in professional wrestling, and Cody's career was marked by the quest to make his father proud while establishing his own legacy. Being nominated for such prestigious awards was a reflection of not just Cody's talent, but the hard work and sacrifices of an entire family that had given so much to the business. I've been fortunate. I've had incredible matches, incredible moments, Cody said, his eyes gleaming with emotion. But I always go back to that first match I had in WWE as a kid. The first time I stepped in that ring and felt the electricity of the crowd. That's when I realized I was hooked. And everything I've done since then has been for those moments, for the moments where the fans cheer and believe in you. Superstar of the Year, a nod to hard work and resilience. When the category for Superstar of the Year came up, Cody knew it was an honor just to be considered. To be mentioned alongside names like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and other top-tier WWE talent spoke volumes about his rise over the past year. His work ethic and commitment to delivering the best product possible for the WWE Universe had not gone unnoticed. For me, being nominated for Superstar of the Year is a reflection of everything that I've put into this year, Cody explained. I've been in some high-profile storylines, and I've faced some of the best in the world, but none of that would have been possible without the fans. I'm the superstar that I am because they'd supported me. I'm just the vehicle for the story. The WWE Universe is the real superstar in all of this. Cody's humility in the face of such immense recognition was clear. He was aware of the great names he was competing against, but he didn't take it for granted. There's always someone else out there pushing harder. For me, it's about taking each day as an opportunity to grow, to get better, and to never take my position for granted. It's why I keep giving everything I've got. Whether I win this award or not, the true reward is the journey. Match of the Year. A historic clash with Seth Rollins. The nomination for Match of the Year was a testament to the chemistry that Cody had with Seth Rollins. Their rivalry had become one of the most gripping storylines in WWE, and their Hell in a Cell match had been a show stealer. From the emotional intensity to the sheer brutality of the match, it was a spectacle that cemented Cody's place as one of the top performers in WWE. I have to give credit to Seth Rollins, Cody said with respect. We both knew what we were capable of. That Hell in a Cell match wasn't just about two guys fighting for a title. It was about putting everything on the line for the fans. We went to places in that match that a lot of people might not have expected. It wasn't just about physicality. It was about storytelling, emotion, and telling the fans something they would remember. Cody's words reflected his respect for the art of professional wrestling. His philosophy was never about flashy moves or simply putting on a good show. It was about creating a lasting impact, something that would live in the hearts and minds of the WWE Universe long after the final bell. Comeback of the Year. A personal journey. Perhaps the most personal of the nominations for Cody was Comeback of the Year. After his emotional departure from WWE, he had returned to a company that had once been his home, but where he had experienced both success and frustration. His comeback story wasn't just about a return to the ring. It was about reclaiming his identity, rebuilding his confidence, and facing the demons of his past. Being nominated for Comeback of the Year is a reflection of all the sacrifices I made to come back to WWE, Cody shared. When I left, I wasn't sure if I'd ever return. But everything I did, every match, every promotion, every moment, it was all leading me back here to this moment. It wasn't just about proving something to WWE or to the fans. It was about proving something to myself. Cody's comeback was symbolic of a larger message. No matter how hard the road may seem, there is always a way back. And in a world where comebacks often seem impossible, Cody's story served as a beacon of hope for anyone looking to defy the odds. Conclusion. The journey continues. As the day of the awards ceremony drew closer, Cody Rhodes continued to reflect on his incredible journey. The nominations were an affirmation of his work, but they were just another chapter in his ongoing story. Cody knew that these accolades were not the end of his journey, but rather a checkpoint along the way. He would continue to give everything for the fans, for the business, and for his legacy. In the end, Cody Rhodes was not just a nominee. He was a symbol of hard work, resilience, and the unyielding pursuit of greatness. And whether he won those awards or not, one thing was certain: the American Nightmare was only just getting started. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.